This is Jade of the SCP Ethics Committee. I have been tasked by Dr. Bright to record this because he is too lazy to read any of my files. Thank you, Dr. Bright. Level E5 clearance is required to access this voice log, so if you do not have it, please. How did you even get this? This is Ethics Committee approval of SCP-5236, Draft 01, written by Senior Researcher Lee Cooper. This is the first revision. Item number is SCP-5236. It has been classified as safe. Containment procedures. SCP-5236 is to be contained in Silu, as relocation of the anomaly has proven to be highly impractical. Laboratory... let me try that again. Highly impractical. Laboratory... fuck, I can't talk. Laboratory S19-12B has been cleared of all research materials and reconfigured into containment cell/observation area. A standard blast enclosure has been constructed around SCP-5236, monitored both internally and externally for thermal, optical, and audio emissions. SCP-5236 is an unstructured discontinuity of Einsteinian spacetime encompassing a roughly 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 meter four-polar type of disorientated space. A rapidly shifting four-dimensional topography of SCP-5236 is inhospitable to ordinary matter, causing destructive malformations to instruments inserted through the boundary level. While safe transit into or out of SCP-5236 is impossible with presently available technology, visible light is still able to escape the interior, albeit heavy distortion. SCP-5236 is located in a room in the Site-19 Chemistry and Chemical Biologic Department, formerly designated as Laboratory S19-12B. The three-dimensional volume of the discontinuity surrounds the space formerly occupied by a portion of a laboratory bench, a desk chair, and the bodily remains of Senior Technician Sasha Elliott, all of which are intermittently visible through its rapid shifting surface topography. As SCP-5236 is simultaneously fixed to the reference frame of Senior Technician Elliott, there is no known method by which her remains could be transported to a standard containment chamber. Laboratory S19-12B has been repurposed for containment of SCP-5236. SCP-5236 manifested at 10:29 p.m. MTS. I don't remember what MTS is. 10:29 p.m. on the evening of 3/02/2023, as documented in Incident Report 5236-A. Though Senior Technician Elliott was alone at the time of the incident, the event was captured on video by the Site-19 CCTV system. The video of the CCTV system has been lost, so I will just read the transcript. Thank you, Dr. Bright, for helping me find this. Such a helpful friend. Dr. Bright. Such a great guy. I hate his guts. His multiple guts. No matter what body he takes, he's always an asshole. Senior Technician Sasha Elliott and Junior Technician James Walkenish are present, engaging in material analysis and research. 7:16, Junior Technician Walkenish closes his workstation and departs the laboratory. He subsequently exits the building. 8:25, Senior Technician Elliott departs the laboratory and proceeds to the nearby woman's restroom. Senior Technician Elliott is subsequently out of view from Site 19 CCTV system for 6 minutes. 8:31, Senior Technician Elliott leaves the woman's restroom and returns to S19-12B. She appears slightly indicated and her movements are... Oh. She was high. 9:38 p.m. Senior Technician Elliott falls asleep at a workspace. After a prolonged period of inactivity, her sleep is restless. 9:55, Senior Technician Elliott abruptly awakes. She is observed to scream and fall out of her desk chair. Senior Technician Elliott makes several failed attempts to regain her footing over the next 34 minutes. 10:29 p.m, Senior Technician Elliott exhibits signs of a grand mal seizure for 13 seconds. A bright flash of light overwhelms the optics of Site 19 CCTV for an additional 4 seconds. By the time the visibility is restored, SCP-5236 has manifested in the space previously occupied by the technician. That's a hell of a way to go. During an investigation of Incident 5236A, illegal narcotics were discovered in Senior Technician Elliott's Foundation-issued laptop bag. Junior Technician Walkenish admitted that he was aware of Sasha Elliott's ongoing drug abuse, yet chose not to notify his superiors. He further testified that Elliott made a habit of walking late at night, unsupervised, and so went against the Foundation safety policies against solo laboratory work. Junior Technician Walkenish has been reprimanded by the Internal Security Department. Well then. There's not a lot of information here. I'm gonna have to deny this. Cooper, you gotta resend this to me. You gotta revise it, man. It seems like there's too much. It seems like you're blaming the use of illegal narcotics on her, Sorry, I have to take a minute. Okay. Yeah, no, revise it. Send it back to me tomorrow. This is log 1, so, yeah. Let me just... proposal status has been denied. The underlying cause of SCP-5236's manufacturing has not been... is not shown in the draft proposal. If the origin is unknown, this must be made clear. Mentions of illegal narcotics implies a casual relationship between the presence of SCP-5236, but not enough information has been given. Ooh, excuse me. Special containment procedures must describe whether the measures are necessary to prevent further instances of SCP-5236 from manifesting in the future. See, authors no. Okay. This is log 2. I have gotten the revised draft 3 days late. I may mention something about one of the SCPs getting out, or one of the SCPs messing with them, or something. I don't know. I don't believe him. He has always made excuses for giving his walk to me late. Containment procedures updated to indicate responses to hypothetical further manifestations of SCP-5236. It is unlikely event. In the unlikely event that any arise, references to unsanctioned activity of Technician Elliot and Walkenish have been removed to avoid confusion and oversaturation with unnecessary information. So all he put in, lazy as always, it took him 3 days to send me one sentence. Similar containment procedures are to be implemented in the event of any further instances of SCP-5236 manifests in the future. That's all you sent me. No. I'm going to deny this until we can get an interview with Washington. Okay, this recorder switched on. Yep, okay, there you go. This is Jade Greywolf, Ethics Committee. Please state your name and title for the record.
This is Dr. Lee Cobart, Senior Researcher, Director, Chemistry and Chemical Biology Department.
Okay, great, thanks. So, first of all, sorry for bringing you in short notice like this. We'd like to get the SCP-5236 entry approved as soon as possible. These things are always done faster in person.
It's quite alright. I'm happy to get these matters squared away quickly. This isn't the first time things have gotten caught up in ethics. Although, I do have another meeting at 3, though, so I'd apologize if I have to cut things short.
That should be plenty of time. This is more formality than anything. Much faster than bouncing a million memos back and forth. We've cleared for level 3 information, unrestricted so you can speak freely.
Huh. Okay. Go on.
You're the sole author of this document, correct? The provisional draft for SCP-5236.
That's right.
SCP-5236 is a spatiotemporal rift, not a biological or chemical anomaly. Now, I'm not a physicist, but from what I understand, that sort of thing wouldn't normally be in your department.
Well, it is an unusual situation. The skip literally is in my department, one of my old labs. I did a lot of early investigation and cleanup, and started drafting the document as I did so. It was such a tragedy, just horrible. It felt only fitting that I at least write up a incident report. The math isn't exactly the most complicated thing in the world either, so I decided to keep going and take care of the full document. I'm more than capable of doing bits of advanced topology, so it wasn't much trouble.
I'll take your word for it. This stuff is beyond me. Did you consult with anybody in the extra normal physics department, though?
We didn't need to, I assure you. It's far simpler than you'd think. Once you have a good grasp of linear algebra, the rest falls into place.
If you say so. I never had a head for numbers. Does the Black Moon howl?
The clouds hush your cries. Is there anything else?
That's all for now. I might have more questions later, but I see that it's almost 3 and...
Yes, I do need to get going. Please let me know if you have anything else.
Yeah, will do. Have a good one.
I'm more than capable of doing bits of advanced topology.
A courtesy look at Senior Research Corporate's authorship shows that he has never written any SCP database entry on subjects other than chemistry or chemical biology. My conclusion with the extranormal physics department confirms that Corporate's description of SCP-5236 respects a marginal understanding of the subject material at best and borders on sheer technobabble at worst. Does the Black Moon howl?
The clouds hush your cries. Is there anything else?
Senior Research Corporate's negative reply to the Black Moon indicates falsehood in description. Poetic analysis suggests a deliberate lie on Corporate's part with knowledge of wrongdoing. That's all for now. I might have more questions later, but I see that it's almost 3 and...
Yes, I do need to get going. Please let me know if you have anything else.
It was 2:43 p.m., which would give Senior Research Corporate more than enough time to get to his budget meeting. He was just as eager to leave as he's been to fill in the silence. If this was a police interrogation and I were his lawyer, I'd duct tape his mouth shut before he talked himself into a felony conviction. Testing. Okay. We are rolling. This is Madison Glean of the Ethics Committee. Please state your name and title for the record.
James Winuski, Junior Technician.
And your department?
CCB Group, Chemical Biology.
There's no need to be nervous, James. We're just trying to get some containment procedures approved.
I mean, I'm just not sure why I'm here. Like, why is there anything else to talk about? I already had my internal security hearing.
Yes, so they tell me, but I'm Ethics Committee, not security. This isn't a disciplinary hearing. You are not in any trouble. Any extra trouble, I should say. Internal security already had their way with you, from what I understand.
Yeah, internal security was, well, they had a lot to say. I'm in probation now.
And nothing you can say here can jeopardize that. If you don't mind, I'd just like you to tell me about Sasha.
Well, what do you want to know?
Well, what do you want to tell me?
I don't know.
In that case, what don't you want to tell me?
What?
Jesus, James, your coffee. Calm down. I told you you're not in trouble, and I meant it. This interview is sealed to E5 clearance. This means only Ethics Committee can see it. And we don't have any say in disciplinary actions. Our whole job is just to approve special containment procedures. Nothing you talk about here can get back to your boss.
Dr. Cambat.
The man himself. Please, tell me about Sasha.
She was good. She worked hard. I mean, we all worked hard, but when you're senior tech, you're a whole new level. She practically lived in the lab.
Was that when she started using?
Look, I don't. You gotta understand. We're pulling 70, 80 hours a week. But Sasha's working herself to the ground. The number of samples we're having to run is insane. I nearly got fired for taking a sick day, okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's why she started using it. I don't blame her. You can just take your self-righteous...
Me neither.
What?
I don't blame her either, James. I'm not security. If somebody is high on the job, not interested in punishment. I just want to know why. In other words, I'm not a narc.
I mean, you say that, but...
Because frankly, this isn't about you. And also because I'm not a cop, James. What was Sasha taking?
I already told in all of this to internal security.
Not quite. You never actually said what she took.
I mean, I answered what they asked.
Well, now I'm asking. Humor me.
Well, it's shit. It's called Thumper, like the rabbit. It's a neurotropic. It's a stimulant. It's a mixture of morphine, metafine, and something else. I'm not sure what, but it's like nothing I've ever seen. One pill can keep you on your feet all night and stay sharp focus.
You've taken it?
Yeah, it works. You got the craziest nightmares when you come down, though.
Who sold it to you?
Sasha did.
Was she manufacturing it?
No, she bought it. It was a home-pressed pill, no markings.
Where'd she get it?
Look, this isn't... I don't know.
Does the Black Moon howl?
The wind crushed our throats, what?
Did you know Sasha was going to get high that night?
How am I supposed to answer that?
Fair point.
Are we done here?
We're done here. Please try to get some rest.
Well, it's shit. It's called Thumper, like the rabbit. It's a neurotropic. It's a stimulant. It's a mixture of morphine, metafine, and something else. I'm not sure what, but it's like nothing I've ever seen. One pill can keep you on your feet all night and stay sharp focus.
Site-19 records show technicians in the Chemistry and Chemical Biologic Department are working nigh impossible hours, have statistically improbable numbers of heart attacks and nervous breakdowns, and they're still getting some explanatory work done. This thumper sounds a lot like something out of the early studies on mixing Class X nemestics, memory retention drugs, and mundane stimulants. Orkanish looks like a walking skeleton. Does the Black Moon howl?
The wind crushed our throats. What?
A strong negative applied to the Black Moon, indicating a deliberate lie. Poetic analysis, first-person pronoun, violent action against subject, indicates that while junior technician Orkanish is lying about the source of Thumper, he attempted at discretion is due to fear of personal appearance, not disciplinary action.
Mallory, do you have a moment?
Jesus, Lauren, you scared the heck out of me. Knock next time, will ya?
Apologies. I would have sent you an email, but I figured it would be faster to
sneak down in my office to ambush me? Sure, I have to inform you that you're on camera, by the way. E5 sealed ethics committee only.
Right, of course. I don't suppose I could persuade you to come for a walk?
Oh, sure, yeah, let me set up a body cam. I think it's on the bookshelf somewhere.
Never mind.
Oh, you might as well sit. You're very good at looming, but my neck is starting to hurt.
Very well.
For goodness sake, spit it out already. Is this about the inquest?
This is about the inquest. You have authority over special containment procedures, and only special containment procedures. You're interviewing technicians now? I don't see how there was even an ethical issue in the first place.
Is that so?
Sasha Elliott didn't survive the incident, and there's nothing unethical about shutting a dead body up in a cell. It's tragic, but ethically look, can I be honest with you for a moment?
Prior evidence suggests that no, you absolutely cannot.
Funny. To be frank, we think it's ridiculous that you called an inquest at all. There are more important things on your desk.
You squint when you're trying to be subtle. Did you know that?
Excuse me?
Are you serious? How long have we worked together, Lauren? When was the last time you actually managed to strong-arm me into dropping something once I got my teeth into it?
If I recall correctly, I once managed to convince you not to eat a yogurt cup that had clearly expired.
Ah, you got a sense of humor. The world must be ending.
Mallory, you don't know what you're digging into.
Oh, please, I'm not an idiot. Elliot overdosed on a cocktail of stimulus and Class X nemestics while sitting in a thaumatically active research complex. She had a nightmare, and it cracked through the neurosphere hard enough to leave an exit wound in space-time. Class X drugs are meant for remembering things that really want to be forgotten. Demonic amnestics and cold pattern screamers. Not for daily consumption, even at a low dose. You can't exactly wander down to your friendly neighborhood drug dealer and get a baggie of estrogen super meth. And you can't exactly walk out of Site-19 pharmacy with a bottle on your purse either.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that your chemistry and chemical biology director is dealing. He can get his hands on the raw precursors of amnestics drugs before they slated for the pharmacy. I went through a few filing cabinets worth of old research proposals. It looks like the CCB department worked on amnestics non-docs back in the day. Colbert was a junior researcher at the project. He also entirely blew his interview. I used to think your poker face was bad for a sociopath. But this guy? Wow.
That's a very serious accusation.
I'm a very serious person. You can tell because I do things like call a sorceress a sociopath while looking her in the eye. Come on, none of this is difficult detective work. Did you see the 5236 revision he sent back? It was basically a 1000-watt neosine strobing. It's a cover-up! Not to mention his research staff is terrified of him. Warshkas all but had a stroke when I brought him up.
If Dr. Corbett is manufacturing narcotics, then this is definitely a matter for internal security, not the ethics committee. The mandate shouldn't hold.
Huh. Does the Black Moon howl?
The stars burn too bright.
And there you go. If I had the power to howl and make you sing along...
Did you seriously just invoke the Black Moon on me?
I did, and she says you're lying. You know this shouldn't go to internal security. That's not my point. Though my point is that it walked. The mandate holds.
I think you might be the only person in the world who actually has the nerve to try that.
Does the...
Oh, for God's sakes, give it a rest. That was a truthful statement. Please, just, take my word for it.
Look, internal security had watched us in for a hearing, and never asked what drugs they found in Sasha's bag. They tried to sweep it under the rug before anybody could say the word nest eggs. Given how sloppy Corbett is, there is no way he could have kept his side gig under the radar without help from above. When we're done here, I might need to go pry the truth out of Corbett's brain, but I actually don't get the sense that IS is on the take.
I should certainly hope not.
Yeah, if internal security was dirty, they'd have to be doing something way more high order than saying arcane stimulants to overwork techs. IS is where you want to worry about your Chaos Insurgent sleeper agents, not drug dealers. Are any of them Chaos Insurgent sleeper agents, by the way?
2 of them, yes.
Cool. Oh, cool. Anyway, it's pretty damn obvious that internal security had some compelling reason to look the other way, and you thought it was far out of the mandate for the how to walk. It's also true that Corbett's lab has been getting some amazing research done, even though the techs have been having nervous breakdowns and heart attacks. So, is the council handing out designer drugs to keep technicians perky all night, or are you just turning a blind eye when Corbett does it?
Well, how very bold of you.
Bingo?
Fine. We knew about his side project, and we were keeping IS off his back, but it's always been Corbett's operation. Top to bottom. Not ours. Do you really think I'd do that?
You? No, I don't think you would. And for that, I'm taking your word for. But I hate that you're just letting it happen. You're stone cold witch, Lauren, but I never once seen you be cruel. Hell, you came down here to imitate me in person instead of just sending a flunky, and I truly appreciate that. But I don't think the same can be said for the rest of the O5s.
I can't say I disagree.
That's honest of you. You don't sound particularly heartbroken that I uncovered your sinister plot.
It was never my plot, sinister or otherwise.
Right, I bet it was 3's idea or the twins. Maybe 05-3 came out of CCB, and this plays right into 7's fetish for ruthless optimization.
Correct on all 3 counts. This was 05-3's directive, with support from both 05-7 and 05-8. That was some very clever deduction, Mallory. You say it's not difficult detective work, and yet nobody else had put all of it together.
You're just admitting that?
I am. This is an official inquest, we're all supposed to cooperate and speak truthfully. So, truthfully, I can say you did an admirable job of gloating yourself right into some very embarrassing information about some very dangerous people. Good thing this recording is E5 sealed. Of course, if I were to petition to release it to the O5 Council, it would certainly raise eyebrows if you refused.
You're the worst.
And I don't appreciate having the Black Moon invoked on me so frivolously. I'm fond of you, Mallory, but that was insulting. You have a bad habit of overstepping. Don't do it again, and I won't let on to the rest of the council just how good a detective you are.
Okay, you've made your point, well played. I'm sorry about the geezer, and let's just leave it at that.
That's not quite good enough. In return for the insult, I'm also invoking the writ of recompense. You owe me a favor in kind, to be fulfilled at a later date.
Oh, God spare me from clever fives.
I'll put in a good word. Regardless, I'm not sure what you intend to do with the inquest from here. The Ethics Committee only has authority over special containment procedures and research protocols, not discipline. I'm honestly surprised that whatever leaps of logic you're taking are sound enough to keep the mandate in effect.
Go back to you read the false ethics committee review doc. Special containment procedures must describe whether measures are necessary to prevent further instances of SCP-5236 from manifesting in the future.
Oh. Oh. Well played by you as well, Mallory.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you. Note to self, stop getting so casual with Jaded. She has a solid case for claiming weapons under the old law. I'm probably going to be dragged into some insane 05 infighting and get myself cursed. Damn it. I have to get her a box of that tea she likes. Or maybe an infant to devour. That last one was a joke, I swear. On the record, I wish to know that these are both truthful statements. This is log 3 of committee ethics. Oh, let me try that again. This is log 3 of the ethics committee over SCP-5236. We have gotten our interview and we have come through it. We have decided to go ahead and pass it on. Author's note. The full name of the deceased is redacted. New protocols for mitigating further events are implemented, and a clarified description of Incident 5236A is added. E5-2 final draft. So yay, hey, that's me. Alright. Audits of employee schedules and all that he has revived. Thankfully, more than just a sentence. Audits of employee schedules and work hours are to be conducted on a quarterly basis, coupled with a random selection of anonymized surveys from employees working more than 50 hours per week. Laboratories found to be overlooking employees beyond a 50-hour work week on a regular basis are to be investigated for abusing working conditions. Employees are forbidden from working more than 60 hours in any 7-day period, and are forbidden from working more than 13 sequential days without a day off. In official Foundation Good Samaritan as medicine policy for the medical emergency is to be drafted by the Ethics Committee. In the Ethics Committee, any employee in good faith reports a medical emergency resulting from the use of narcotics is not to be faced disciplinary actions, even in cases where the reporting employee has prior knowledge of drug abuse. Disciplinary actions is to be taken only when a reporting employee provided, say, narcotic. Wait. Disciplinary action. There you go. Disciplinary action is to be taken only when reporting employees. Disciplinary action is to be taken only when the reporting employee provides said narcotics or was otherwise engaged in illicit activities. Additional treatment and management policies are to be drafted by the Ethics Committee. Oh, so that explains the giant pile on my desk. A program for drug rehabilitation is to be established by the Foundation. Rehabilitation is to be offered free of charge of current and former Foundation employees, particularly in cases where the terms of employment are terminated due to drug use. Laboratory directors or senior personnel of any rank found to be encouraging drug use amongst their employees, whether implicit or explicit, are to face severe and immediate disciplinary actions. Okay. So that's great. Thanks for adding more work for me. Investigation of Incident 5236A indicates that senior technician redacted experienced a fatal overdose of methamphetamines and amnestic drugs. Yeah, the combined of which caused a physical the combination of which caused a physical manifestation of psychic trauma. For a full description of the symptoms of stimulant and mystic overdose, emergency treatment protocols, and Foundation's new Good Samaritan as mission policy, please see the 2023-Q2 edition of the Foundation Employee Handbook. Well, thank you, everyone, for... not everyone. Thank you to... Why am I thanking you guys? You guys are paying me. I should be thanking you. I shouldn't be thanking you. You should be thanking me because I get all your shite done. The only ethics committee guy that does anything. Oh, perhaps I hate the others. Perhaps not. I don't know. I mean, the blood isn't on my hands. Is it? I'll see you soon. Dr. Boy. Hey, happy late Halloween, everyone. This was a fun project to make. Thank you, Ross, for dealing with me and having a late commission, which is what you saw. And, yeah, thank you for for rushing that for me. But next couple videos... Oh, no, my alarm went off. But, next few videos... Actually, next video... I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Other than the SCP stuff. This was fun. But, I don't know what to say here. But yeah, subscribe and all that. Go to our Twitch. And, Memento Mori. I'll see you guys next week.